Hi everyone, it's Scott Smith in cloudy Southern California. Got a brand new 2026 BMW 228 Gran Coupe sDrive for you today. Yes, the two-wheel drive version. This is codename F74. Check out that paint job. Yes, Thunder Night Metallic, aka purple. Yes, this color was first introduced back in 2022 on a M4, but what an awesome, fun color to have on such a fun little sedan. So the one thing really I want to mention right away about the 2 Series is it's replaced the 3 Series as the smallest 4-door available and least expensive 4-door available in the BMW lineup. So if you're looking for a 4-door, 5 seat belts, this is basically your first one. And I was so impressed with how much standard equipment BMW has put into this car, into a base price that starts under $40,000 before destination charge. There is a ton of stuff in this car. I mean, I'm almost trying to compare it to like a 3 Series 10, 15 years ago, maybe in size and dimensions. But the standard equipment, there is just you would have to add thousands and thousands of dollars to a 3 Series just to Generation 2, Generation 3 back, I'd say maybe 10 to 15 years. You'd have to add a ton of money to get a car as fully loaded as this 2 Series. Yes, it is a transverse engine. It is a front-wheel drive. It's the S version. Now, we do have an all-wheel drive version, and then we do have definitely a lot faster version available. But when you look at the efficiency, the fun factor on this size, and then if you're not looking for a huge sedan, if it's for 1 or 2 people, maybe small children, you know, a 3-person family, things like that, it's an awesome car. Great trunk space for the size of the vehicle and coming standard with fold-down seats with a huge opening. So if there is just 2 of you, you can actually stuff a lot of stuff in this car. But first, let's go over some of the dimensions. It's 179 inches long, 71 inches wide, 57 inches tall. This is the 2nd generation. You're looking just a little taller and just a little longer, but same width as our 1st gen. But like I said before, so much stuff included. One thing to point right away, now this vehicle here, I'll go over the sticker, but it's got pretty much most of the stuff. I'd consider it a loaded vehicle with all the different sport packages, the Pro, Professional, we got Premium, we've got some great upgraded wheels on it. Now you're looking at curb weight just under 3,400 pounds. You're looking at a fuel tank of 13.2 gallons. They do recommend Premium unleaded, especially if you want to maximize performance and efficiency. Trunk size, 12 cubic feet of storage. But let's get into some of the fun stuff here. Now the M Sport cosmetics is standard on the outside, and then we do have additional with that M Sport Professional and Pro package. So there's pretty much all the attitude on this car that you can put on it. And we also have the upgraded 19-inch M Y-spoke bicolor black wheels, styling 976M with some summer tires on it. So these are 19x8s all the way around, running 225s. And then BMW, we've got the beautiful M Sport brakes on here. We got a 4-piston fixed caliper setup up front and a single floating caliper setup in the back. And you can have them in red or blue on this particular vehicle. But like I've said for years, BMW's always just come out with some just really awesome looking wheels. Now with all these M Sport packages that we have included on here, you'll see that we have a black roof across the top there, and we also have extended shadow line high polish trim pretty much all the way around the car. We've also got the additional spoiler, but they really did do some exclusive lights. I mean, these lights I don't think have this style on any other version of a BMW. So very nice. Also all that shadow line trim back here in detail on the rear bumper. Now you're looking at 5.7 inches of clearance. So please still watch that beautiful front bumper I'm going to go show you right now. And they've got the cool little 2 insignia there. Just a nice little personal touch. But yeah, check out these headlights and this front grille. That lower splitter down there, just a lot of aggressive looking, just really cool. And there's so much stuff standard on this car, there really isn't a whole lot to add except more wants. I would say most of your monitoring systems, safety systems, adaptive M suspension. I mean, you've just got, you start looking at that list, I would say definitely go to BMWUSA.com. and you go to the end of customizing one of these, you'll see when you go down past the pictures, you can click on view standard equipment, and it breaks it down into categories, and there is just a ton of stuff on this car that, I mean, just a generation back or two, you had to pay for additional. So thanks BMW for putting so much value into this car. Okay, let's go ahead. You can meet my new co-host, and we can check out the power plant. Hey, Ashlyn, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. How'd you like it?
I just love this color. It's so amazing.
Fun to drive, huh?
Yeah.
We were having a blast going over doing some launching and having some fun. So let's open up the hood. So there we go. Yes, nice and clean and fresh. We got the B48 engine in here. So you've got a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, 16 valve with a single dual scroll turbo. Now you're producing 241 horsepower at 4,500 RPMs. You've got 295 foot-pounds of torque coming out at 1,500 RPMs. And in this vehicle, BMW has the 0 to 60 rated at 6.1, 0 to 60 seconds wise. Let's see. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back to the sticker. We'll have Ashlyn tell us some stuff about it.
Sure.
We got a lot of goodies.
This is the 2026 BMW 228 Gran Coupe. The suggested retail price you can see right there.
Yeah, that's your base price, which
Yeah.
before destination's under 40, and then we can show them all the stuff on this loaded version, and it does list out a lot of standard equipment.
So this is in a Thunder Night metallic. It's just so beautiful. You can kind of see the shine on there. It has driving assistant plus packaging, M Sport package, premium package, and M Sport package Pro, which is really nice.
Yeah, so much attitude. And then you can see all the extra stuff it's got listed here. There's some additional things. I mean, even the power seats, the heated seats, that's all standard.
Even the heated steering wheel.
And then this one's got the, yes, and
Love
we've
that.
got, also this one's got the active front seats with lumbar support. So lumbar support, I'll show you that. But also it's got kind of, I don't know if we're really supposed to use the word, but kind of like a massaging type feature in the seat that you can activate. So it's really cool having something like that available, you know, on a base model or a beginner model price-wise BMW. There's just so much value, but also having all the cool options that you would find on a 7 or a 5 series all the way down to the 2 series, like active seats. So there's the suggested retail price on this vehicle, which I consider pretty much loaded. But check out the gas mileage, 27 and 39. So you're talking almost 40 miles per gallon in this gas burning engine car right here. I mean, with an average of 31, but really I would say probably in eco mode, and you're cruising on the freeway, not going 80 miles per hour, but yeah, you're looking at 39 after the car's probably got a few thousand miles on it. You get it broken in a little bit, I would imagine. I mean, they wouldn't put it on the sticker unless it's something that you can achieve in the right conditions. So if you're not racing around, you're kicking back, you're not in a hurry to get to Disneyland or San Diego, I would say, or going downhill both ways.
Yeah.
But yes, hopefully some of you have 2 series that are in that range, I would imagine. And then there's your final assembly right there for you. So cool. All right.
Let's show them the back seat.
Yes. Now Ashlyn was comfortable up front, and now, and we have to tell you, she's almost 5'9". Just about, huh? So we can see here in the 2 series, this is our smallest sedan, 4-door with 5 seat belts. So you can see here, it is tight. But
a little indent for my knees.
Yeah, a little bit there. And then you actually said too that the roof actually has an indent for both of the outer passengers. So and you're sitting up straight, which is great. So really, for when you start to look at, you know, because you're, well, I don't know what the average height of a woman is. What is it, 5'4", 5'5"?
Yeah, about
yeah,
that.
somewhere in that range. So you're above average, but you could actually sit in here and have someone like your same height be driving the car, so and be comfortable.
This is where my height is for my seat. So.
Yeah, and then let me show you really, it is a Gran Coupe, so it has the frameless windows, kind of a nice touch, signature to the Gran Coupes. And you also have pretty deep cup holder here, and also more storage. Really cool design. And you also, I'll show you that in a minute, but let's go ahead and show them that center console just really quick.
Yeah.
So you got charging ports there, air conditioning, but also up on the, we've got a giant moonroof, which is cool. It vents and the front part goes back. It's tinted and you have a power shade for it. So they tried to maximize letting in some sunlight, but also protecting you at the same time. All right, let's have Ashlyn get out of the back seat. We'll go ahead and go to the trunk. So we have 12 cubic feet of storage back here. Let me show you that. And you can see we've got the split folding seats. I'll have Ashlyn unlock those right there for you. So we pull that handle, pull that one. She's gonna go around and drop those. But also wanted to show you, as you can see here, there's your floor mats, and you have additional storage underneath the floor. Maybe things that you always want to keep in the car, like an emergency kit, things like that. You can store there, or if you need to surprise somebody, hide a birthday gift or an anniversary gift underneath there. Hoping they'll find it. Hey, who's that? Very cool. You can see it's got a huge opening, so you can really run stuff through here. Easily a bike with a quick release front tire you could put through there. A lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go around to the other door. It is a swing close trunk, not a power close. And we got Ashlyn back in there, perfect. Yes, so let's go ahead and show them here.
Sure.
So you can see you can drop down that center piece all by itself. So if you still have 4 passengers, you do have some great pass through, just in case you do have something that needs to run through there.
Lay down some skis or something like that.
That's right.
Into the mountain.
Yeah, because you've got the all-wheel drive version in this car too, which would be great. Or like, let's say on a long drive, you wanted to reach something in the trunk. You could actually get in there if you wanted a blanket, a jacket, some snacks. Maybe you want to keep stuff back there instead of crowding the front part of the car. So very nice. And then
show them the cup holders.
Yeah.
Really easy.
Yep. So for 4 passengers, you definitely have a lot of features. I'll have you go ahead and jump in the front seat.
Sure.
Let's do that, Ashlyn.
Right.
And then here, you've got even though this cabin's one of the smaller cabins that we have available, you can still see you've got air conditioning and charging ports for the back. And then for that 3-point center seat belt, when you want to, you can get it completely out of the way and store it up there. So that way when all the seats are folded down, you don't have a seatbelt strap in the way. And then the headrests can be folded down when not in use, and then they can fold up when you do have someone in the back for all 3 positions. And you do have your reading lights, that kind of stuff back here. All right. I'm gonna go around to the driver's side. Give you another shot out here of the outside. So yeah, definitely impressed with this car. I'd say there's a ton of value in that base price. Please, if you don't need a huge 4-door and you're looking for something fun and efficient and you're looking for a gas engine, you really need to put this car on your list. Keyless entry, the digital key, that's all standard. You do have the Harman Kardon sound system, 12 speakers. The premium sound system, which you would find as an upgrade and have to pay for it in most vehicles, is standard in the 2 Series. So really do some research and you're really going to look, pretty much everything that you would want in this car is going to be in that base price. You got seat memory, unlock and locks on the doors, your windows are here and mirrors, trunk release, and water bottle, and then even more storage. 12 speakers in this little cabin too. Things just got to rock. Right. So how are you doing? You comfortable?
Good, yeah. I really like that I can change even the steering wheel position. All you have to do is pull right here down, and then you go in, out, up, and down.
Yeah,
so that just gives
really
a lot of
nice
versatility with the car. As well, with my long legs, you can extend or shorten the legroom there.
Yeah, with the bolstering, and you can see the contrast stitching, but you've got a lot of great hugging on these seats, which is really nice. So when you're having fun in the canyons or mountain roads, you're not all over the place. Here's your lumbar support up and down, and then obviously seat controls, which you can tilt that front part up if you want more hamstring support. Now also, if you are height challenged, these seats will go up and down. So yeah, they're very versatile. Just about almost any height driver, I would say, could get comfortable in this car. All right, and then check out the awesome steering wheel. How do you like that?
I usually hold my hand down here when I drive, and it's just super comfortable to hold up or down.
Easy to grip,
Yeah, it's
and
great.
great styling.
Yeah.
And then we do have a lot of options on here. Obviously the voice command system, telephone, volume, music, your dynamic cruise control, which also uses braking if it needs to. Really nice cruise control system. All that's on the steering wheel. And then you've got some great looking boost and you know, your paddle
paddles,
shifters, all back there. And then we have our BMW curved display. So you have two displays blended together. I think we're looking at 10.2 on the instrument cluster here, and then I think 10.7 inch information display over there, but all nice and blended. And this is using currently iDrive 9 software level. So I'll go around to the other side. Right. Let's give you a shot of that front. And BMW still includes a 4-year, 50,000-mile factory warranty. And then we also have a maintenance package included also. Okay. Now your transmission in here is pretty sweet too. You got a 7-speed dual clutch performance transmission. Well, we definitely know it's performance, but also you've got the efficiency of that 7-speed also. Okay, but look at some of the cool design. It's just the sporty look they've got on the dash. You've got your nice aluminum trim in this one.
And this lighting might even light up at night.
That is cool, huh? Very nice. And then, as you can see, we're in our sport mode right now, which is why wouldn't we be in this in a BMW? Just because of the fun factor, especially we'll be launching it in a minute. But here, I'll have Ashlyn show us down here. There's My Modes button right down there. And then what you can do is come up here and you can personally adjust your driving characteristics. You've got sport, and then efficiency, as you can see, drastically changes up obviously the color and then the layout of the display. So definitely something that you're going to want to get into you know, when you're setting up a long trip, maybe going through the canyons, heading out to Malibu if you're here in Southern Cal. And then we've got all the different apps you can get into. You'll make a BMW account and download the app, and then there's a lot you can do with that, especially voice activation, voice conversations. You won't have to touch a lot of stuff. You can basically tell the car what to do. And then you've got your air conditioning you can adjust here. Let's get back to the home. And then you got your quick connect, different little buttons here, or squares I would say, on the side of the screen closest to the driver, and you can customize what you want these to be. And that way you can get directly to them right away instead of going to like into a sub menu and then pushing what you want. Man, I remember iDrive back in the day when it first came out. Wow, you had to do like 4 or 5 different steps just to get to something, and now it's amazing how everything, as we know over time, just gets quicker, faster, and simpler. Okay, up on the roof here, or the ceiling I should say, we've got our SOS button just in case you need some assistance. And then we can adjust our massive moonroof here, where you can see you can do the venting and then open it up. And then I will show you, let's see, if you go, that's as far back as it'll go right there. And then I'll show you that shade just so you can see what it looks like. So the glass is tinted for protection, but if you want even more protection, it's almost, you know, almost a blackout. There's still a little bit, as you can see, coming through, but definitely won't have to worry about any sunlight or anything like that. And then I just wanted to show you the styling in the back seats. And then let's go down the center console here. We do have a little bit of storage right here with the lip, and then you have your wireless charging, which you can see right there in use. And you got your cup holders, USB-Cs, 12-ounce water bottle from Bob Smith BMW. And then you can see you've got some of your other buttons: rear defrost, max defrost, you got My Modes, your electromechanical parking brake, transmissions here, start, stop, very simple, easy, volume, hazards, everything is quick and easy to get to. But as you can see, there's not a million buttons here. I know some people, there's different thoughts of you know, you want to have something physical to touch, you don't want to, but I would tell you, as you get to know your car, and with the voice command system, there's a lot of things you can do just while you're driving. As soon as you think of it, you can just do it. And you can tell the car without having to push any buttons, unless you want to on the screen. And there's your center console storage. Cool. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
You ready to go have some fun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out. Oh, and let's show you the water bottle. My Awala dish water bottle. It's 24 ounce here, so you can see it actually fits great up front. Pretty easy on, I think on both sides. They got the same type of styling. So driver, so you really can carry a lot of liquid with these cars if you need to. All right, let's go on down here and have her do a nice little launch with this 228 2026 BMW Thunder Night Metallic. Yeah, look at those rear lights. Very cool. There she goes. Not too bad. It's still pretty quiet. It's mellow yellow, but definitely, you know, 6 seconds 0 to 60 is plenty of time to get up to speed, especially with these short on-ramps. Woo! There we go. Using those brakes. But man, what a fun car. Perfect for a first-time BMW, long-time BMW driver, first-time driver, graduation gift, whatever you guys are thinking. All right, let me jump in. How was that?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, some fun.
Super peppy, super nice.
Okay, I'll get my seatbelt on. Let's do it one more time.
All right. From stop?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Awesome. Very cool. Very smooth.
Super smooth.
Yeah, it's nice having that 7-speed dual clutch transmission in here. But yes, if you're a long-time 3 Series driver, you've had many of them, or even some of the old 5s, and you're looking at getting something similar size, fun, efficiency, and trying to stay in that same type of price range of, you know, BMW's 10, 15 years ago, especially with all this equipment in this car, definitely check out the 2 Series. Value-wise, you know, and you look dollar for what you get, it's pretty hard to beat this. Now, I know in my last video in the 5 Series, the driving experience, the luxury, everything, I mean, if you've watched that, please do, because that's a phenomenal car. Now, the 5 Series has gotten into a whole new size. I mean, it's a size of a 7 Series short wheelbase from just, you know, 1 or 2 generations ago. So now this being the 2 Series, it's not far off the 3 Series dimensions of, I think, 2 generations ago. So yeah, if you want to have a 4-door, don't need anything big, and it's 1 or 2, 3 people, we'll get over in that left lane, we'll keep going straight. Then yeah, definitely consider it. It's really fun. And BMW has done a lot to this car to, I would say, counteract. Keep going. We'll stop over at Cadillac. No, hey guys, check this out. No. To counteract the characteristics of a front-wheel drive. So I think any of you that have been driving front-wheel drives or have known them, I think you'd be really impressed to take one of these out on a test drive, and what BMW has spent a lot of time and effort on to counteract some of those characteristics. So what we'll do, Ashlyn, let's take a left. There's the service department for Bob Smith BMW in Calabasas. Have to thank him for letting me shoot the car. Hey, there's Justin. Right there. Come see Justin. Scott's here. Not me, another Scott. Actually, I think there's 2 Scotts now. And then also an old friend from the past. Let's park right next to the Mini. Andy, one of my old friends from the past, is now selling here. He's a character, great personality, a lot of energy. So yeah, there's a lot of cool guys that I've known from the past and current that would love to earn your business at Bob Smith. So Ashley, let's jump out. We'll take one more shot. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. If you got any questions, put it down below. Hey, Ashlyn, thanks. Hopefully we'll do many more, huh? Awesome. Let's check it out. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.